had shattered and I fell with nothing left to say. The weight of all my darkness crushed the breath inside my chest that day. My trembling hands were empty, I was sinking into fear, losing every part of me with no way to reappear. But in my silent wreckage, when I thought it was the end, I felt your hand restoring what I could never mend. I saw myself defeated, barely standing in the fight. I couldn't hear your voice through all the shadows in my night. But in my deepest darkness, you began to break right in the cold within my chest found a reason to begin. And even when I was broken, too tired to breathe or try, your light stepped into my battle and brought me back to life. When my soul fell apart, you made me breathe again. When all my life was fading, you woke my heart within. You lifted who I was, you brought me back to being. When everything died inside, you made my heart be living. I walked through wounds unending, trying hard not to collapse. The nights kept whispering for me to turn and never come back. But then your voice cut through the shadows, pulling me from fear. And every wall inside of me began to disappear. You stepped into my ruins, spoke life into my core. You showed me there was purpose, still burning like before. When my soul fell apart, you made me breathe again. When all my life was fading, you woke my heart within. You lifted who I was, you brought me back to being. When everything died inside, you made my heart be living. You found me on the ground without the strength to rise. You took my broken ashes as you opened up my eyes. You breathed into my lungs until my fractures closed again. And every ruined piece of me began to live within. You held me in my trembling when I couldn't even stand. And even without understanding, you rebuilt me with your hand. You lifted me, you lifted me. My soul was fading slowly, and I could not make it stop. The weight of all my days kept pulling every light I had down. I closed my broken eyes so I would not feel the pain. But even in the silence, every sorrow still remained.
Inside my darkest chamber, I felt your light reach in. And in my shattered silence, your voice began to live. I also thought inside me there was nothing left to find, that all the cold within my chest would be my only final line. But then your presence entered like a fire in my bones, and everything that died in me began to breathe your hope.
And even when I almost let go of everything, your voice touched on my ruins and made my heart begin. When I could no longer live, you made me breathe again. When everything inside me died, your presence woke my heart. You lifted who I was, you gave me back my sense. When there was nothing left of me, you taught my heart to beat.
I walk through broken shadows, trying hard not to collapse. I lost myself in wounds that never let me climb back out. But then your hand reached places where I could not get inside, and all my scattered pieces found the strength to breathe again.
You gathered up the remnants of who I used to be. You showed me in my ruins your life could still break free. When I could no longer live, you made me breathe again. When everything inside me died, your presence woke my heart. You lifted who I was, you gave me back my sense. When there was nothing left of me, you taught my heart to beat.
You touched the deepest wounds that I kept hidden in my pain. You silenced every whisper that kept drowning out my name. You breathed a brand new life into my tight and fragile chest, and all the cold that pulled me down began to lose its grip. You opened up my lungs to see a brand new dawn appear. You gathered all my ashes and you made my soul rise clear. The night that once devoured me no longer holds its place, because within your presence I was born again in grace. You restored me.
You restored me.
When I could not go on,
woke to something peaceful rising in my chest, a warmth I had forgotten, holding all my breath. The night that once controlled me slowly stepped aside, and in the quiet morning I felt your love arrive.
You met me in the stillness and told my heart to rise. You placed your strength within me and opened up my eyes.
When your presence gave me strength again, my heart learned how to breathe again. The fear that once controlled my days fell down before your endless grace. You lifted me with gentle hands. You taught my soul to stand again when everything fell lost within. Your presence gave me strength again. I walked through open fields where peace began to grow, and every step I took felt lighter than before.
Your voice became the rhythm, pulling me ahead. A melody of mercy, waking what was dead.
You filled my empty places with life that overflows. You wrote your hope inside me where only sorrow flows. When your presence gave me strength again, my heart learned how to breathe again. The fear that once controlled my days fell down before your endless grace. You lifted me with gentle hands. You taught my soul to stand again when everything fell lost within. Your presence gave me strength again.
You turned my morning into singing.
Oh, you turned my sorrow into light.
Oh, you filled my lungs with brand new breathing.
And made my spirit rise alive. Yeah.
You turned the ashes into beauty. You made my broken story shine. You walked with me into the morning and made your victory become mine.
When your presence gave me strength again, my heart learned how to breathe again. The fear that once controlled my days fell down before your endless grace. You lifted me with gentle hands. You taught my soul to stand again when everything fell lost within. Your presence gave me strength. Your presence gave me strength.
You made my heart come alive again.
And every step I take today is covered by your faithful grace. You lifted me with endless love. You raised my eyes to hope again. Forever I will sing your name, for you gave me life again. I felt your footsteps near me when the morning light came in. The shadows that once held me slowly lost their strength within.
Each breath became a promise that you were lifting me,
and every part of who I am began to rise and sing. You opened up the pathways I thought were closed for good. You placed my feet on steady ground and taught me how to move. When God walked beside me again, my heart learned how to hope again. The weight that once controlled my life fell down before your perfect light. You filled my days with strength to stand. You held my life within your hands. When everything fell lost back then, you walked beside me once again. Once again.
I followed where you led me, and the journey felt like grace. The mountains looked much smaller, standing in your holy space.
The quiet of your presence became my guiding song, and in the sound of rushing peace, I knew you made me strong. You led me through the valleys where I once feared to be, and in those sacred moments your love kept lifting me. When God walked beside me again, my heart learned how to hope again. The weight that once controlled my life fell down before your perfect light. You filled my days with strength to stand. You held my life within your hands. When everything felt lost back then, you walked beside me once again.
Turn my steps into dance. You made my spirit alive. You filled my heart with your presence and lifted my eyes to the sky. You turned my sorrow to singing. You wrote your joy in my bones. You walked with me through the morning and called my spirit back home. You walked with me.
You walked with me.
Every step I take.
You walked with me. And God walked beside me again. My heart learned how to hope again. The weight that once controlled my life fell down before your perfect light.
You filled my days with strength to stand. You held my life within your hands.
And now I walk in grace again because you walk with me. Again, again. Again, again. When God walks beside me again, you made my heart come alive again. And every step is filled with peace, for you are here with me. I woke with strength I never thought would rise in me again. The morning felt like mercy wrapped around my every breath. The peace Things that were broken now were shining in your light, and every step that once was weak began to feel alive.
You turned my fear to courage. You turned my night to day. You placed a song inside me and taught my heart to say,
When God made my heart rise again, I saw His goodness in the wind. The battles that once held me down were falling to His grave.